Hey again. So it is Wednesday afternoon, and I gotta make some dinner for myself. So, looking around my kitchen, I found this guy. It is a pot with a lid, and I feel like chicken today. So I actually have chicken breasts. Sometimes what I do is I take the breasts and I just kind of cut them up and then fry them up. But I figure since I have this guy right here, I do like a roast type thing. Usually I roast a whole chicken, but I can't eat a whole chicken just by myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this onto the stove because what I plan on doing is starting some veggies in here, throwing the meat in it, like searing the meat, and then throwing it in the oven for like half an hour, 45 minutes to make sure it cooks all the way through. So let me put this on, and let's start with veggies. So, veggies today. Carrots, rest of the carrots. I need a peeler. So, I have a dilemma now, because these carrots are really, really thin, and if I plan on baking this, if I cut them short, they're just going to be mush by the end of it. So I'm going to keep them kind of 1-inch long chunks. I think that should be okay. So I just took a small detour. I actually threw some bacon into the pan, because my pan heated up pretty fast. But my carrots are cut. Next I'm going to cut up an onion. It's my last onion for this week, so I guess if I have a hankering for onions, I'm kind of screwed. That's okay. So, I just did my first bacon flip. My bacon is going well. In fact, that pan heats up really, really fast. Faster than I would have liked it to, but that's okay. It also has a lot of cold spots on it, I found out, but I'm going to bake the entire thing. Speaking of which, I should turn the oven on. 350 should be good. So next, I have onions, carrots, and celery. You'll remember I bought that pre-cut celery, which normally I don't do, but I'd rather buy pre-chopped food rather than throw it out later. Oh, and by the way, for those of you who are keeping score at home, I'm making a mirepoix, the name for celery, onions, and carrots. It's fancy, it's French, it's good, it's easy to make. By the way, it's taking me a lot of time to chop these vegetables, and that is because this knife, like I said before, is really dull, and I'm taking the time to make sure I don't slip and slice off a finger. Okay, so my bacon is now seriously burnt because that pan gets hot super, super fast. And, yeah. Hopefully I don't set up any smoke detectors. Veggies are done. They look like this. Actually looks pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the carrots in right now. Actually, I'm going to throw the entire thing in. Usually I put the carrots in first to let them kind of, get started. But I'm going to bake the entire thing for a long while anyway, so I don't really care about timing of the cooking because it's all going to kind of break down. Next, seasoning. Salt. I have like 4 grains of salt left in this shaker. Seriously. And I have a little bit of pepper, actually a lot of pepper left over, so try your best. So, when I went shopping, I got 1 bell pepper for myself. I happen to like bell peppers a lot, and unlike most people, I like to cook them, and I like them kind of soft and, done. I know a lot of people like them raw and crunchy, but that's not my thing. So I'm going to give this a quick rough chop. So all my veggies are starting to sweat out now, which means they're starting to give up all that water, so there's a nice, moistness that's in the pan right now. So that's really good. My pan's probably a little bit too hot, though, because it's starting to smoke, which means the fat's starting to burn. It doesn't really smell too appetizing right now. But I've turned the heat down. In a couple of minutes, that should probably get sucked up by a fan. And what else smells that really nice, kind of oniony, carrot, celery, aromatic stuff. Veggies, I'm happy with. They're going to roast later on, so I'm not too concerned about getting them nice and soft and cooked in the pan right now. So next I have my chicken. These are 2 chicken breasts, skin on, because skin on is cheaper. Also, skin is delicious. How does PTBO wrap their meats? I don't get it. So 2 chicken breasts. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put 1 chicken breast in and kind of sear it really nicely. Then I'm probably going to take it out of the pan. I'm going to sear the other chicken breast really nicely. Then, after I have both of them seared nicely on both sides, throw them both in the pan, put the lid on top. My oven right now is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Why did I choose that temperature? I don't know. Most recipes call for 350. I could have made it hotter, but I plan on roasting these fairly long, maybe like 45, maybe a full hour. I don't know. I don't have a meat thermometer, so I have to be a little bit careful. The last thing I want to do is cut into meat and see that it's raw, but I know an hour for sure will cook it. Hopefully not too much. So, I have just flipped my chicken for the first time, and now you can see that my pan is nice and jiving. It has my carrots in there, my onions, my celery. My chicken's right smack dab in the middle, getting nice and brown. I'm gonna brown both sides, take it out of the pan, put the other chicken breast in, sear both sides just like that, and I'm gonna throw it right into the oven. So, right now I just pulled out my chicken and I realized there's a lot of brown bits at the bottom. The actual French word for that is fond. Yeah. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the rest of this wine, not the rest of it, but some of it, and I'm going to dump a little bit into the pan like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of scrape up all of those brown bits, because those brown bits are delicious. Also, by doing this, I'm putting a little bit of moisture in the pot. And moisture is good because it'll make sure my chicken doesn't dry out too fast. Chicken's a pretty lean meat. There's not a whole lot of fat in it. So any kind of moisture I get in there, it's only going to help it out. So you can see it kind of looks, you know, a little bit soupy, maybe not that appetizing right now. But I promise, after it kind of evaporates for a little bit, it'll get a little bit thicker. I'll throw the chicken back in there. I'll throw the peppers in there, and then I'm going to roast the entire thing for a while. I don't know if it counts as a true roast if I'm putting in that much moisture, but whatever. So I've gone ahead and I've thrown that chicken pot right into the oven, 350. Probably going to pull it out in about 45 minutes or so. That's not based on any science or anything. I know there's supposed to be like a conversion where you weigh a chicken with bone in and kind of figure out how long it needs, but I figure it would probably be done in about 30 minutes, and I'll throw in another 15 minutes just to make sure it's cooked all the way through, because I don't have a meat thermometer. But that should be good. The bacon couldn't go in the pot when I was cooking it, because it would have got soggy. So I have to eat it while it's still crispy. Otherwise I'm just wasting it. It's been like 45 minutes. I didn't wait the full hour because I got really hungry really fast. But here's what it looks like. Just taking it out of the oven. Let me just poke and prod this a little bit. Check out that like sweet gravy that's going on there. That juice. My vegetables are all cooked down really nicely. My peppers are in there. I'm actually really looking forward to this. So I'm going to go ahead, take a plate. I'm going to put some stuff on a plate, take some fork, take some knife, put the food in my mouth. But that is Wednesday's dinner, so I will catch you tomorrow when I make my lunch.